If you were watching our second installment of the EPL Saga, as I call it, my memory card is a little bit dysfunctional on the camera.
Yes.
And it cut out right when I was saying that Burnley was an up-and-down team for the past 5 years. And I said that they were on their way down. And you were talking about QPR. So, we will continue.
All I was saying is QPR's got a high-quality striker. I think they'll have enough goals to stay up. Leicester City, I think, is a really good squad. Whenever you get a team that gets promoted that's smaller, they're always in danger of relegation. But I think Leicester City finds a way to stay.
Kind of like Blackpool was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's always that danger. But I think Leicester City stays up. Well, I agreed with you about Southampton. I think we're both in total agreement on that. Burnley, same thing. They're just not big enough. They don't have enough. They played great defense last year, but they did it against teams that were not Premier League teams. They didn't play against Luis Suarez and the Wayne Rooney's, and although he's not that good anyway. But anyway, they didn't go up against the top strikers in the world. So
this guy's pushing it here.
Hey, it's true. It's true. For $300,000 a week, that guy doesn't do much. He is a bum. Anyway.
I will say that if you don't know about the Man U-Liverpool rivalry, let me just say that if you watch golf, Rory McIlroy won the British Open. And the British was at Liverpool this year. He was booed just because he was a Manchester United fan.
Forget that guy, dude. Yeah, it's real original, Rory. Idiot. So QPR and Leicester City stay up. I think Southampton, I think Burnley's out. And then my upset special is Crystal Palace because they lost their manager just very recently. Big mistake by Crystal Palace letting him go, but maybe they just couldn't financially back what he wanted to do, and he didn't like that. But he was trying to build something, but Crystal Palace is leaving, Burnley's leaving, Southampton's leaving. Bye-bye.
I say Hull City is leaving, Burnley's leaving, and Southampton is leaving. Bye-bye Tigers, bye-bye Saints, bye-bye Burnley.
Tough. Hull City was in the FA Cup final against Arsenal last year. They had a pretty solid season. That's a bold pick. Hull City will not like that. Hull City will not like that at all.
I just have a feeling. But anyway, let's talk about those 11 teams that you probably don't know about because you don't hear about them. Although, sadly, one of those teams was Manchester United, but
yeah, they were pretty much rubbish last year, to use that great British term. They were rubbish. It was bollocks. They didn't even play footy last year. It was terrible, but I mean, I thought it was beautiful football. I liked watching how they played, but
David Moyes is tactically a Liverpool genius.
I think there are some teams, though, that could threaten to move up this year. I'm going to include Everton in this, even though they actually had a really solid year last year. I believe they finished 5th. But they still kind of that team that wavers in the middle a little bit. But I think Everton is one of those teams that more of a mid-table club. But, I mean, they've had success. They've won the league before, but I still kind of consider them down. But they signed Lukaku permanently. He's theirs now. He's not on loan from
He
Chelsea.
doesn't like him.
I don't like him because he always scores on my teams. He scores on Liverpool. He scores on the United States.
Remember that game.
I respect the guy. He's really good. But I think Everton's a team that could challenge up top. I think they could ruffle some feathers. I like what Everton's done. They're really good. So I think they're about to take that push to get out of the nobody section, even though they were kind of bordering it anyway. Newcastle is going to stay where they're at. They're not very good. Aston Villa, the Tom Hanks team.
I was about to say, isn't that Tom Hanks' club?
That's Tom Hanks' club. They're not going to do much. Sunderland's interesting. I think they'll just try to stay up and not get relegated again. But Sunderland's got a proud history. And
Sunderland was good towards the end of the year.
Yeah, they were, but they're still trying to get the guy who made it happen, Fabio Borini from Liverpool. They're willing to pay Liverpool £15 million for Fabio Borini, which is ridiculous because he's not that good. But he clicks when he's with them. Why we haven't actually made that trade yet, I don't know if that had to do with his injury, but oh my gosh, Liverpool needs to jump on that. £15 million, it's a steal. I mean, we would be just, you'd have to arrest Liverpool for making that trade because they would be really screwing over Sunderland.
The Beatles might be arrested then.
Pretty much.
Because we know that the Beatles are the Liverpool band.
The other team that I actually like to maybe challenge a little bit up top, not too much, but I like Swansea City, although if their top striker Bonnie goes to Liverpool, then I will be a happy man and Swansea City will not be. But I like Swansea City, man. They got a young manager, they're attacking, they kind of have no fear, and they've caused some problems. For a lot of teams, even Liverpool, they played Liverpool really well last year, so they're kind of a young and up-and-coming club. I like them a lot. Stoke City, I think, is going to stay up. They're going to be in the middle, but not much to say. These teams they all kind of do the same thing. They just try to stay up. They don't really challenge for the league. They just try to avoid relegation and stay up and try to get consistency as a Premier League club. And then maybe if they can build on that or get a rich owner, but who knows?
Let's see here. Manchester United's first game is against that Swansea City club at 7:45 a.m. our time, and I just told Adam that I have a second shift today, and when I get out, the Lions play at 10 against Oakland, so I'm going to be up and I'm going to be watching that. There's no denying it, because even if I do try to go fall asleep, it's on, so I'm watching it. Just like when Man U played at the Rose Bowl against the Galaxy. I worked to midnight. It was on. I had to watch it.
I had to watch it.
And then so I'm getting up at about 7 o'clock tomorrow to get myself one of your favorites, Barney's Bakery Donuts.
Oh, they're so good. There's nothing like listening to You'll Never Walk Alone in the car at like 5 a.m. driving to Barney's. It's a great.
As Homer Simpson would say, go nuts.
And I think the other notable club that actually is one of the most popular clubs out there, they even had a movie about him, is West Ham United. The movie Green Street Hooligans with Frodo. It's actually a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's really good.
And of course, Americans like ham, so I could see why Americans like West Ham United.
Rain bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air. West Ham United, they're one of those quintessential mid-table teams. They don't have the money to get higher. So I'm thinking one day somebody's going to buy West Ham who's rich, and West Ham's going to start going up. But it won't be this year because their main player is still Andy Carroll. So.
And who does Liverpool open up against this year?
They have Southampton, and that is the one of two clubs that beat Liverpool last year at Anfield. The guy who scored the goal is now playing for Liverpool, so I'd say Liverpool's going to take it to them hard. At least we should. But Southampton's going to Anfield to start the season. By the way, Anfield is the name of Liverpool's home stadium, and then
Old Trafford.
Old Trashford.
Trafford.
Trashford is where Man United plays.
Old Trafford, Manchester United.
I heard it smells like a toilet. That's why they call it Trashford.
We'll have our fourth installment of this show next.
Old Trashford.
Old Trafford.
Welcome to Old Trashford, young man.
Don't listen to that guy.
Oh.